fed up with your 9 till 5 that gives you very little but restricts your life considerably for low pay, you have to beg for time off, you have to deal with office politics, you've got to commute to work, you spend less time with your family, then you might want to look at becoming a virtual assistant. But how do you get started? In this video, I'm going to give you 4 ways to get started as a virtual assistant in the UK. Now, running a business isn't easy, but I make it a hell of a lot easier. You might be surprised at something I tell you in step number 1, so keep watching. I'm Catherine Gladwyn and I've been a virtual assistant since late 2015, and in 2018 I took the step to start mentoring women to become virtual assistants as well. Since then, through my books, guides and courses, I've helped thousands of women quit their 9 to 5 and lead the life they want to live. No more asking for time off. You take it when you want. No more restrictions on pay. You choose what you earn. No more working with people you just can't tolerate. You choose who you work with. So let me get straight into how you can get started on this journey as well. If you're like I was back in 2015, I felt I was spending far too much time working. I was doing the 9 till 5, and then in the evenings you had no energy, no time to do anything. And then Saturdays were spent perhaps catching up with housework, doing the cleaning, catching up with friends, which is lovely, but it's still not time for you. And then Sunday, like clockwork, 6 o'clock, you'd get that doom of having to go back to work again and just spend the rest of the next 5 days doing stuff for everybody else. It was like just a repetitive cycle, and it just felt like only Saturdays were my own. Is that how you feel? Let's get you out of this mess. Okay, so the 4 things that you need to do first of all to get started as a virtual assistant. Number 1, you need to determine what services you're going to offer. Now, I've got a free download and the link is somewhere around here, and it's 80 plus services, yes, 80 services that you can offer as a virtual assistant. Now, one thing that I promised you'd be surprised. You might think that virtual assistants only offer admin, but there are so many other services that we offer. I'm going to list a few now. So email and diary management, email marketing, social media management, bookkeeping, proofreading, content writing, updating websites. You can learn WordPress, you can create your own website. The list is endless. My list is 80 plus services, but there's so many more services that you can offer. And the revelation is that something that you're doing in your day job now or in the past, maybe you're on maternity leave now, but something you did in the past, you can transfer into the virtual world and offer it as a virtual assistant. Now, when you download that list, you'll see that I say you should only offer services that you're both confident and competent at doing. We're not one of those that are going to try and wing it or fake it till we make it or look at YouTube videos to try and learn something. We must only offer services that we know how to do, and that's so that we don't get stressed. So take a look at that list and I can guarantee that there is something on there that you can do. There's even call handling on there, so I would hope that you can do that as well. So have a look and come back to me if you can't find anything, and I'll gift you with a dairy milk or something like that. Probably won't, but okay. Number 2, you need to work out how much you want to earn as a virtual assistant. So what is your current income? Because we want to replace that. And once we've replaced that, you can leave your 9 till 5. So maybe you might want to have a look at perhaps getting rid of some stuff. So we haven't got Sky or Virgin TV. We've got Freeview. So we haven't got that expense. And Freeview's just as good. But, I haven't got anybody that needs the Disney Channel anymore. So have a look at what you really need to earn to survive so that we can get you out of your 9 till 5 much quicker. So as an example, let's say you need to earn $1,500 a month. We're going to add 30% to that, and I'll tell you why we add that 30% in a minute. So if you add 30% to $1,500, it comes to $1,950 a month. So that's what you need to earn. And then we're going to divide that by your hourly rate. So let's say you'll be charging £30 an hour. Yes, that's £30 an hour. That's what virtual assistants get an hour. So you'll be charging £30 an hour. We've divided that by how much money you need to earn, and that works out that you need to work 65 hours a month. That might seem a lot, but weekly, I'll check my notes, weekly that works out at 16 hours a week 3 hours a day. So you can definitely start now and do that alongside your full-time job. It's what I did. I had my daughter, I think she was about 16 or 17 at the time when I started my virtual assistant business. That age may change because I keep forgetting. I was obviously working a 9 till 5. I've got a chronic health condition and a recurring brain tumour, so I get terrible fatigue. But I really wanted to do this, so I made the time. So at the beginning, you will be working evenings and weekends. It leads me on to number 3 in a minute. If you're worried how to fit it in around your job, then I do have another video on how to get started as a virtual assistant while you're in a 9 till 5. So have a look at that. It also applies as well if you've got small children. So you may not be working, but you're at home with the children. So you can have a look at that and get some ideas. Anyway, number 3, and this bit is really important. Step number 3, I want you to write down exactly why you want to become a virtual assistant. If it's just for like, I want to earn 10 grand a month, that's not going to happen for a long time, and you need a team, and anyway, I could spend all day talking about that. But you can very easily start earning £1,500 a month. Some people that have done my VA starter guide and implemented everything have done it in 2 weeks, 44 days, 53 days, but on average it's usually about 90 days. That's 3 months. So if you implement everything from my VA starter guide, which I'll link below as well, then you can do this very quickly. Sometimes it can take people a little bit longer, and that doesn't mean that you've failed at all. It just means, we've all got restrictions on our life, and sometimes we have to just step back and restart. But the reason I want you to write down exactly why you want to do this is because you will have wobbles along the way. You'll think, I don't deserve this, no one's going to want to hire me, I'm not worthy of £30 an hour, it's safer to be in a 9 till 5. Not these days, is it? Not really. All sorts of excuses will come into your head. But I want you to have that written down somewhere so that you can refer to it. Every so often when I was starting my business, I'd look at my emails and I'd think, nobody's emailed me. They don't want me to work with them as a virtual assistant. I'm never going to get an email from anybody. But I kept going. And it only took me 3 months to leave my 9 till 5. I kept going because the pull for me to not stay in a 9 till 5 for another 30 odd years was bigger than the hard work I had to put in to get there. So I just kept on at it, and I kept looking at my why, and I have never looked back. The first full-time day sat in my office at home, it was the spare bedroom, I sat there and I felt like I was playing with my Fisher-Price post office set when I was 9 years old. The feeling is enormous, and the wealth and the happiness and the better health, touch wood, I have not had a cold for years. The rewards are enormous. So write down your why and pin it to a fridge or a child, or pin it somewhere anyway. Step 4. Step 4 is to just get bloody started, will you? Just get started. You can either do it alone, you can either Google things, but I will tell you that the more information you digest, the more overwhelming it gets. And not every expert is actually an expert. So do your due diligence on people that you take information from. Have they ever actually been a virtual assistant? Are they still a virtual assistant? Because that's important as well, because if they're not still a virtual assistant, how do they know how to get clients? How do they know what's happening in the virtual assistant world right now? So do your due diligence, but you can Google information if you like, or you can invest in something that's going to get you there a lot quicker. Like I said, my VA starter guide, people are earning £1,500 a month within 2 weeks, 44 days, 53 days, 90 days. 90 days is the average. So you can do this, and they're the first 4 steps you need to take. Like this video, subscribe, because I'll be doing lots more. And there's a bell as well. Press that bell and you'll be notified every time I upload a new video. Thanks for watching, and do take a look at the links in my bio. Have a great day.